Imagine a man who has conquered the world of real estate, made himself a household name through television, and then shocked the nation by running for president. A man who went from skyscrapers to the Oval Office with a political rise so unexpected, it reshaped the future of America. This is the story of Donald John Trump. Born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York, into a family with a legacy of hard work and ambition, Trump grew up with the belief that nothing less than greatness was acceptable. His journey, marked by triumphs, failures, and controversy, takes us from the streets of New York to the White House.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
Queens in the late 1940s was a vibrant, bustling place, a melting pot where people from all walks of life came to chase their dreams. It was here, in the heart of this diverse neighborhood, that Donald Trump was born. His father, Fred Trump, was already building an empire in the world of real estate. Fred wasn't just wealthy, he was an astute businessman who had started his career by building homes for returning soldiers after World War II. His knack for finding opportunities in the housing market would lay the groundwork for the Trump legacy. Donald grew up in a household that valued hard work above all else. From an early age, Donald was expected to excel. His mother, Mary Ann McLeod, an immigrant from Scotland, was gentle yet determined, instilling in him a strong sense of purpose and the importance of education. Donald wasn't like other kids. He was fiercely competitive, often at odds with his siblings, as he strove for his father's approval. His defiant nature earned him a reputation at school, where teachers struggled to manage him. He didn't fit the mold of a typical student, and his parents, seeing this, made a crucial decision to send him to the New York Military Academy at the age of 13. It was here, away from home, that Donald would learn discipline. The academy, with its strict rules and structured environment, forced him to adapt. He wasn't just learning military tactics. He was learning to lead, to take charge, and to handle the pressure that would define his later years. After graduating from the New York Military Academy, Donald Trump returned to New York City to pursue higher education. He started at Fordham University, but it wasn't long before he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania's prestigious Wharton School of Business, one of the top business schools in the nation. It was here that Donald's interest in real estate truly blossomed. At Wharton, he studied economics, and it was during these years that he realized the true power of money and how to use it. Unlike many of his peers, Donald wasn't content with just studying theory. He wanted to apply what he learned. He started making his own deals, dipping his toes into the real estate world long before his graduation. The lessons he learned in the classroom were important, but it was the real-world application of these principles that set him apart. It was clear to everyone around him, Donald Trump wasn't going to follow in his father's footsteps. He was going to carve out his own path, and that path would lead him straight to the heart of New York City. In 1971, after graduating from Wharton, Donald Trump took control of the Trump Organization, but he didn't want to continue his father's business in the outer boroughs. He had bigger plans. He wanted Manhattan. Donald knew that if he wanted to make his name, he needed to operate in the city's core, where the stakes were higher and the rewards greater. His first major project was the Commodore Hotel, located in a rundown part of Midtown Manhattan. The hotel was a money pit, but Trump saw potential. In a bold move, he negotiated a deal with Hyatt Hotels to turn the Commodore into the Grand Hyatt, one of the city's premier hotels. The deal, which opened in 1980, was a turning point for Trump. It wasn't just a successful project. It was his way of announcing to the world that he was no longer just another businessman from Queens. He was a force to be reckoned with. Trump continued to grow his empire, taking on bigger projects and pushing boundaries. But his rise wasn't without challenges. The early 1980s were marked by both economic downturns and personal setbacks. Trump faced mounting debts and struggled with the high-risk nature of his investments. But his resilience and refusal to give up would become defining characteristics. He learned that failure wasn't the end, it was a lesson, an opportunity to bounce back stronger. By the late 1980s, Trump was a household name in the world of real estate. His most iconic project, Trump Tower, opened its doors in 1983. Trump Tower was a testament to his growing power, an ultra-luxurious skyscraper that blended both commercial and residential spaces. It was a shining beacon of wealth, and it solidified Trump's status as one of the city's most influential figures. But Trump wasn't just a businessman. He was a celebrity. His brash, unapologetic style, combined with his larger-than-life persona, made him a frequent subject of media attention. And Trump knew how to play the game. He understood that controversy and attention were just as valuable as success. In fact, they often went hand in hand. In 2004, Trump took his fame to the next level with the launch of The Apprentice. The reality TV show where contestants competed for a job in Trump's organization was a smash hit. It wasn't just about business, it was about watching Trump make tough decisions, firing contestants with his signature line, "You're fired." The show made him a star and entrenched him in American pop culture. Trump's fame continued to grow, but it was clear that he was always looking for the next big challenge, and that challenge would soon come in the form of politics. Though Trump had been outspoken on political issues for years, it wasn't until 2015 that he officially entered the political arena. In a move that shocked both the Republican and Democratic parties, Trump announced his candidacy for president. Many dismissed it as a publicity stunt, but Trump had a clear vision. He wasn't just running for office. He was going to change the game. From the start, his campaign was unconventional. He used social media to communicate directly with voters, bypassing the traditional media. His rallies were full of passionate supporters, and his fiery rhetoric resonated with people who felt left behind by the political establishment. His slogan, "Make America Great Again," struck a chord with many Americans who were frustrated with the direction the country was heading. Trump didn't rely on policy wonks or traditional campaign strategies. Instead, he focused on speaking directly to the people. He didn't shy away from controversy. He embraced it, and that strategy paid off. Against all odds, Trump secured the Republican nomination, defeating established politicians like Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio. The 2016 election cycle was unlike any other. Trump's candidacy was filled with twists and turns. He faced off against Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton, and the race was intense. Trump's unapologetic approach and refusal to conform to political norms energized a large portion of the electorate, while others viewed his rhetoric as divisive and dangerous. The debates were heated. Trump didn't hold back, calling out his opponents directly and often attacking Clinton. His blunt, no-holds-barred style made him a lightning rod for controversy, but it also made him relatable to many voters who were tired of the same old politics. On election night, Trump defied the odds and emerged victorious. His win sent shockwaves through the nation. The election revealed deep divisions within the American electorate, and Trump's unexpected victory signaled a shift in the political landscape. It was the beginning of a new era. Trump's presidency began in January 2017 amidst a storm of challenges. From day one, he faced intense opposition from Democrats and the media, while his supporters remained fiercely loyal. His administration focused on issues like tax reform, immigration, and deregulation. He enacted policies that prioritized American interests, but his methods were often polarizing. Trump's foreign policy decisions were equally controversial. He took a hard stance on trade, pulling out of international agreements and imposing tariffs. His approach to diplomacy with North Korea and his America First philosophy reshaped U.S. foreign relations. His presidency was marked by constant battles, both within Congress and with the media. He faced 2 impeachment trials, was criticized for his handling of the pandemic, and faced public outcry after the violent events at the Capitol on January 6, 2021. But through it all, Trump remained defiant. His supporters continued to back him, believing that he was fighting for the common man. His legacy, whether seen as positive or negative, would be forever etched in the history book. The 2020 election was one of the most contentious in American history. Donald Trump ran for re-election against Joe Biden, a former vice president with decades of political experience. The race was marked by the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, civil unrest, and economic turmoil. When Biden was declared the winner, Trump refused to concede, citing claims of widespread voter fraud. His refusal to accept the results sparked a wave of controversy, culminating in the violent January 6th Capitol riots. Donald Trump's legacy is one of division and transformation. He reshaped the Republican Party, redefined political norms, and left an indelible mark on American politics. Whether you love him or hate him, his influence is undeniable. As the nation continues to grapple with the aftermath of his presidency, one thing is clear: Donald Trump will forever be a part of American history. From Queens to the White House, Donald Trump's story is one of ambition, resilience, and relentless pursuit of power. It's a story that continues to unfold, leaving a legacy that will be remembered for generations. Whether you agree with his methods or not, Trump's impact on America is undeniable. His journey serves as a reminder that in America, anyone from any background can rise to the top. The question now is, where will his influence take the country next?